I'm going to do a demo of the Lisa WMS cycle count functionality. As you can see, Lisa is a full-blown WMS that is perfectly integrated with SAP Business One. We are actually certified already for SAP 10 with SQL and HANA. So here I'm going to internal, and I'm going to concentrate on cycle count. This is a directed activity, and I can also do a non-directed cycle count. Let me first explain what each one of these can do. So we have the directed cycle count, and then we have the non-directed cycle count. Within the directed cycle count, we have three options that we can configure in the system. And here I can do a wall-to-wall cycle count. This is directed. It means Lisa is going to send the employee to count all the bin location. Each and every bin location should be counted. Now, if we want to do something more specific, we can work with item groups. These are not the SAP Business One item groups. These are groups that we create in Lisa WMS for the purpose of doing cycle count. So here I'm doing an example with three item groups. You can have as many as you need. So here I can say that group A should be counted every 2 days. Then group B, I don't know, it should be counted every 7 days. And then group C, let's say that it will be counted every 90 days. So every time I open the scanner and I go to directed cycle count, if I have this option in the configuration, Lisa will make me visit all the bin locations where the items that need to be counted today are. Now, if we want to do something even more specific and smarter, we can do the following. We can enable the top. I want to count the top X fast movers in the last Y days. So all I have to do here in the configuration is replace this with whatever I need. Let's say I want to count the top 30 fast movers in the last 7 days. So Lisa will make a sequence for the employees to count only these items. Now, if you want to do something that is not available within these three options, what we can do is we can always do a non-directed cycle count. In this case, we can probably print a report with the bins, the bin locations, and the items that we want to count, for example, on a specific sequence. We can also do a verbal instruction to the employee so they can count whatever we want to be counted. Here, I have to say that every time we do a cycle count, either directed or not, there is a validation process. Somebody else will check all the discrepancies and will apply them if necessary. So let's do a couple of examples here. Let's go to Lisa WMS. As you can see, this is a web-based application. I'll go to do a cycle count. This is directed. So I will select the zone where I will do this cycle count, and Lisa is directing me automatically. I am sent to bin Z0101, so I walk towards this bin location, and then I will scan it. Lisa tells me that I should count the microphone, sure, with condenser. So I grab the item, I count it, I scan it. And then I need to count all the items of this, all the units of this micro sure condenser. And then I will just add the quantity, I think, or I counted, let's say 500. And Hit next. There's a discrepancy, so Lisa is making me count again. In my second count, instead of 500, I find 499. I select a reason code and continue. There's again a discrepancy, so it doesn't make sense, right? Let me explain what is going on here. Lisa is expecting me to tell her twice in a row the same quantity, so she can believe me that I did it right. So for a second time in a row, I am adding 499 as the quantity, and then the reason codes, you can define the ones you need, and each one of these can be linked to a different GL account. So let's select one of these, continue, and then I get another activity and so on and so forth. Now, I don't have an adjustment at this point. Somebody else needs to go to Lisa Web. This is an administration console for Lisa. And I'll go to inventory cycle count results. Here I'm going to search for all the cycle counts. This one on top, I can see the name of the employee, the bin location, the item. And then if I scroll here, this doesn't make sense, right? This guy counted 499, while the system says that I have only 18. So what can I do? Well, let me explain here. What I would do, it's only an option. I can export all this data to an Excel spreadsheet. So once I have this on Excel, I can remove from that report the quantities and the batches, the serial numbers. I remove that from the report and I give it to somebody else. So this other employee is going to check what was counted, and this guy will do it with, oh, I kicked myself out. Let me use another license, another user. Sorry about that. So here I'll go back to cycle counts, but in this case, I'll go to cycle count non-directed. I will be directed by the report that I just printed out. So let's go to the first register, and this is bin Z0101. I scan it. I scan the item. There you go. And then the quantity, I don't have access to that because, like I said, I deleted the quantities. So I'm going to do the best, my best here, and I'm going to say that I counted 17. Okay, perfect. I try again 17. I add the cycle count and I confirm. Now, if I refresh this or search again, this is what I have. So this register was updated. Something that's very important that will show you what Lisa can do. Every time I do a cycle count of a bin location and a specific item, Lisa is going to print, let's say, I will have a timestamp on the database, so I know when this bin location and the items within were counted the last time. So with this, I can do a lot of things. If I want to plan to do X amount of cycle counts per year or per month, I have the information, so I can extract the report, give it to the person, and this guy will be able to do the cycle count. And do not repeat the same bin locations, right? Or don't repeat the same items. You can count other areas, so you make sure everything is counted through the year, like 4 or 5 times, depending what you want to do. And you will have to do it with a non-directed cycle count, printing the report that will do it. Now, just to finalize this, I will select the items or the row, sorry, that I want to apply the adjustment. I will post over here, only the first one. And then if we go to SAP Business One under inventory transactions list, I should have either a goods receipt or goods issue. In this case, should be a goods issue. So this is the item that I adjusted. I have the name of the employee, who did this cycle count, and I am issuing 1 unit of this item. And the effect in the accounting is the same as the one you would have doing the cycle counts with SAP Business One. Something very important, all the functionality in Lisa WMS is outside of SAP. Everything is web-based, as you can see here for the device that I'm using, a handheld scanner, and also the administration console is web-based. I don't have any dependencies within the SAP interface, so everything I do is outside. That gives us more flexibility, and we can do way more things by separating or having a loosely coupled solution with SAP Business One. All right. Well, thank you for your attention and have a great day. Bye-bye.